Hello, welcome to my presentation. My name is Musa Temitope Ganiyu. I'll be presenting my project for Masters in Data Science on factor affecting crime rate, social, economic, security, and psychological. I'll be focusing on New York State crime rate. My supervisor is Onibek. Introduction. What is a crime rate? What is crime? Or shall we say, can we define crime? Crime is a violation of law in which there is injury to the public or member of public, and there's always a reward. It's either you go to jail or you pay a fine. A quote by Frank Wolf says, "We can't just rail against crime. We must speak of the root problem." What about devastating family breakup, insidious culture of violence that shaping human life, skyrocketing prisoner recidivism, rates that rob our communities of husbands and fathers, wives and mothers, and recognize that there is a societal role in rehabilitation and restoration. To this end, I decided to take a clue from him and decided to do my research on factors affecting crime rate. Is it social? Is it economic? Is it security? Or psychological? We don't know. Let's dive in and see for ourselves which of these is a culprit, or all of them, or two or three. We don't know yet. We have to go in. Uh, I'll be focusing on New York State crime, as I said, for a period of 5 to 10 years, from 2010 to 2015. But before we actually dive into New York State to actually know which of the factors affected, why can't we take our stratum from New York State, New York City, let's say? I did analysis on New York City as well, and here is the abstract. It was discovered that crimes are committed on Fridays. Hmm. And July being the month with the highest crime, followed by August. I think during the summertime, we say. And in New York City comprises of five boroughs. We have the Manhattan, the Bronx, the Brooklyn, Staten Island, and the Brooklyn. Bronx came first, while Staten Island came last in terms of crime rate. Is this telling you something about what? This is telling us something about poverty rate, right? Is this telling us about economical factor? Let's go. Let's continue with it. A popular belief is that population alone, as a factor, has more impact on crime rate. But after our analysis, we saw that economic and psychological factor they contribute significantly to crime rate. Why I choose unemployment or economical factor? Economical factor has a great deal of common sense. Appeal as one of the root cause of criminal behavior, as unemployment is always viewed as casual agent of economic deprivation, may ultimately increase the probability of crime. What I'm saying is that an ideal man is a devil workshop. If you have no work or no job or nothing coming for you, and you have a family to take care of, you might want to consider crime. If the government is not there giving you something, or you might have exhausted what government is giving you, you may result it into crime. Maybe not. What about social factor? Um, in 1987, Wilson did some research on crime rate, same as Bowie. Bowlby, they looked at the separation between mother and child. The separation, the traumatic experience of parent and child separation might might cause something that uh, lead to a crime. The disruption of attachment in a relationship might cause delinquency after parent separation. Um, I looked at that in the form of a social factor, or you could say psychological. It depends on how you feel it. What about security? We have a law enforcement agent. I had them to actually look into criminal activities, to actually put it into not being instead of no crime. But are they up to the task? Are they doing it? Are they doing the job? Do we need more law enforcement officer, or we need less? Let's continue with the analysis. The methodology I use R programming. I also use SQL, sequential query language, where I use a database like a Oracle database, my SQL, at the same time PostgreSQL. Most of my analysis depicts a graphical representation of all the tables I have. So I don't just do analysis, but I show a graphical representation of it. The data set I used for the analysis didn't come as one as a one piece data set. Actually, I collected data set from various organizations as I was unable to get our data uh, from horse's mouth. What I mean by horse's mouth, I mean from the jails, from the prison. I got data from here. I got from here. I scraped data from website, from diverse, from everywhere. Um, the analysis, you can actually go here to this website to see for yourself. Um, the analysis is always readily available on this website, on rpub.com/mganu slash capstone, where you see you could get a glimpse of my analysis there and the report and everything from this website. Um, Wait, this is where I connected it. Please, for you to be able to continue with this, I actually connected with ODBC. If you are using Windows, type ODBC. From there, you'll be able to connect your database. I use Postgre, so I can connect it to ODBC. So this will have a link R R environment and Postgres environment. The data was loaded into R, but Postgres actually help us to combine the data set together. This is it. The data comes here to the database Capstone here, and then to the schema public. You go to the table, and here are the data set that I use. For example, uh, when I see the address, Click here, it will show you the dataset on arrest here. Actually change most of it there on using an R. Yeah. Let's continue with the presentation. So uh, I checked for the population. Um, is widely population widely used as a means that drives the crime rate is low. The higher the population, the higher the crime rate. That's popular belief. The lower the crime rate, the lower the population, the lower the crime rate. But some other factors that we are looking into, I believe, actually contribute significantly to crime rate, not just population. The dataset cleaning. Um, getting the data from various organizations, uh, now actually we have to do a lot of work cleaning the data set. So most of it come with missing observation, missing value. Actually use mice, multivariate imputation by chain equation package. It actually helped me to actually fill those holes and diverse table as well. The diverse table did not come with years. I fill in the years and the unemployment table as well. The NYPD is really a very large data set, about 1.3 gigabyte. That's why I actually didn't um, put it online. I give a link to where you will get it. If you go to you go to this website, Arupa, um, you will see a link where you're gonna download it and then to be able to use it on your website. If you click here, it's gonna take you to the link to download the the NYPD dataset. Yeah, it's really very large dataset as mentioned earlier. Here is a glimpse of the head. Here this shows um, a relationship, I say, between crime rate and um, um, crime rate and the neighborhood with a high level of poverty with an economical factor. We can see here we have East New York. We know this East New York borough of New York City, Brooklyn as this is a neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York City. We know this area to be highly notorious, and then this might be due to the high crime rate in the area as well as the poverty level of the area. So all these we see bronze like 5 times out of the 10. We see complaints coming from bronze most often. This might be due to the level of a economic factor as I'm looking at it from this angle. Uh, at the same times with those with low crime rate, we can say with the low crime rate here, we have Manhattan coming up. We have Queens and here in Brooklyn. We see here in Brooklyn, this is like the where the good guys lives in Brooklyn. They have a uh, low level of crime rate. Yeah, it's going down. We have a Staten Island coming up too. We see those areas. They have a correlation between level of poverty and the crime rate. And here we have July coming first on the chart with a number of I mean with the month with the highest number of crime committed, and as well as Friday. having us the highest number of days of the week with a crime rate. Uh, the least is the Sunday. And we always believe crime always often committed during the night time. But I can tell you here, during the daytime, we have more crimes committed during the daytime. From 12, we have 3, we have a 4. This time, crimes are more committed during this time. We actually thought. And here, what about the building with the most crime? What about the area, the location where crime is the most committed in New York City? We see crime is the most committed on the street uh, than a commercial building. We categorize them and then we are able to sort out crimes really are committed more on the street and the residential apartment house and our single house came third. We have public housing. They we believe crime more are committed there, but as you can see here, public housing economy fat with 8%, you know. Um, and I continued, I use SQL query to write out a report about the incident report about crime rate. The first one that came on the list happened at this time at 23:45. This police, military form of writing time on Thursday, December 25. A complaint was filed with the NYPD police precinct 44 about a vote forgery that was committed. The complainant maintained that the incident occurred at a bar, the nightclub in Bronx, hmm, with the coordinates these, and then the police described the incident as completed, that they went there and they classified it as a felony. Okay. The complainant complained as a surgery, but they qualify it as a felony with the complaint number this. So to say for every of the roles uh, of the data set. I went ahead to do a parallelogram plot to check the relationship between the variables, and I came with this. We have a 0.87 positive linear relationship between population and diverse, and same goes with population and unemployment as well. So we see these they are highly correlated. Um, so this will give us a go ahead to actually check further to see if we can actually use a linear regression or not. Here we check for population density. We check for the normality of the felony total data set of the data. Um, Following to the observation, we say that this is like skewed right. Skewed right. We're not really normal, but highly skewed to the right. So these might need a little bit of an adjustment to actually make it normally distributed. Um, We check the incident rate. Incident rate is the number of incident or disease or injury that occur in a specific period of time times 100,000. I mean times 10,000 divided by the total population at rate. So that's what we use, and then we got these. Yeah. So that's basically what we use to actually calculate the incident population at rate. Here we can see that from here or from the analysis. Um, yeah. So, for example, here, this is top 10. Poverty, totem county with the highest number of poverty. We see score area, and sorry for the pronunciation. We have New York coming up here, so that's part of what we actually the major reason we actually chose New York City uh, as mm, as the stratum we actually use in the analysis. So New York City, this is Brooklyn, Bronx, New York City. They actually come out of the top 30 chart. And then we set up an hypothesis to actually test either if my claim is actually right. I, I claim that not only population actually have more effect on crime rate, but some factors like a like economic, like a social, like a security and psychological have more have impact on crime rate too. So against the crime rate. So I'm setting that against the crime rate, the crime total, and I said there's no hypothesis that there is no relationship between crime rate and other variables under study. But alternatively, there is a relationship. So when I say there's no relationship between another variables, but here that's yeah, I'm saying against it that there might be a relationship between this and this. But you know, the no the decision is that we are to reject the no hypothesis if the calculated p value is less than the tabulated value. Otherwise, we do not reject h naught. This means that if the test goes against this, we accept this. Otherwise, we accept this. So we go ahead. Before we do that, we check the dummy variable. The finite data set contains 12 variables, 62 counties, and then 2010 to 2015 are 6 years. Uh, we changed those to dummy variables for risk analysis, and we saw that our data set is normally distributed, so we'll be using generalized linear model to do the analysis or to get the best model for the analysis. And here now is a model. Here is the analysis of variance to check the means difference between group of mates. Uh, we said we are to reject H naught if it is less than p value is greater than 0.05. But here we say for county the p value is less, and for population the p value is less, and for the year the p value is less, and the mental health the p values are less. So we have to reject H naught now and accept alternative hypothesis. We reject new hypothesis right now because they are less, not greater than. So here it is, and then here is a table for our predicted value. Um, here too we have the unemployment as well. The unemployment here actually less than, so we are accepting the new hypothesis that there is a relationship between unemployment and crime rate. Here's table for the predicted value. For the prediction, this is the predictive values, and this is observed value, sorry, observed value, predictive value. Here is the original value, and here is the predictive value. From this to here, we see there's no really major difference between the observed value and the predictive value. It's right on top. Um, we can use t-test to actually test further. Uh, mm, we check using residual plot. We are see that from here the residual plot has no a major pattern. There's no pattern. I mean there's a pattern here, then it might be our predicted values, our analysis is wrong. But here is This is telling us that there's no real or major pattern here. Our predicted value or analysis is actually on the point. Not only that, we actually use a confidence interval to actually check as well for non-zero. Here we can say for um, it shows that there's non-zero between 2.5 to 97.5 confidence interval. So the interval contain the true population means. So the true population means we are actually looking for example, for these candidates is between these values. And it is right correct because this is from negative to this negative. So the value is here. I think if this is negative and this is positive, then it might be something else. Then it might be that our prediction is actually wrong. But here, the prediction is not wrong because we are from this to here. There is no zero between here to here, no zero between here to here. Likewise to every other variables as well. That doesn't really don't stop there. We actually continue as well to actually check. We check using the main absolute percentage error, the MEP, as I can pronounce it. This is used to actually measure prediction accuracy of forecasting. We see here our prediction is about is over 87% accurate, and then 17.25 less accurate. And then we did our principal component analysis as well to check for dimension reduction. And then this is what we came about with principal component analysis. And to our decision, since the p-value, the calculated p-value, they are less than the tabulated v-value of this, we will therefore reject h naught. For those of observation, for those variables that has p-value less than 0.05, so we'll reject h naught and accept our alternative hypothesis. Um, so we will be making a conclusion. We'll therefore conclude that there is a positive relationship between crimes and factors like economy and psychological, as confirmed by the variable unemployment, mental health. Unemployment goes with economic factor, mental health, psychological, and this will go with psychological also. So we look at the rate location and year also. These two, they actually confirms it to us for. So and it means that the factors increases so is the crime rate. So if these two factors, if they increase, the economic and the psychological factor, they increase. So in a negative way, so will be the crime rate. So if they increase in a negative way, if there's more unemployment, if there's more mental health, if there's more poverty, the crime rate will increase as well. So for the other ones that are not really statistical significant, like the social and the security, uh, they don't really contribute significantly to the crime rate. A further analysis might prove otherwise. Um, that will be today. Here is a bibliography. Thank you for listening.